Hello everyone, I hope that you're well. My name is Isabel and I work at the University of Leicester here as a UK Student Recruitment Officer. As the title slide suggests, I'm here to talk to you all today about personal statements. So we're going to cover quite a few things over the next couple of minutes or so, but hopefully you'll find this really useful information. So starting with the basics, so what actually is a personal statement and why are you writing it as part of your UCAS application? We'll then move on to the structure, so more importantly, highlighting those changes to the personal statement, what are those three different sections, and some advice on things you can put in those different sections. I'll then give some advice on how to get started with writing your personal statement, because that can often be the trickiest part of this whole process. We'll then finish by talking about some top tips from our admissions tutors, so the members of staff who read through your personal statements and applications and decide who gets those university offers. So start with the basics. So why are you actually writing this personal statement? If you think about your UCAS application as a whole, your personal statement is the only chance you have to speak in your own words the universities you're applying for. So a personal statement is the chance to showcase yourself as a person and prove you deserve to be made that university offer. Your application is submitted via UCAS, regardless kind of which university you're going to. Every UK university you have to apply via UCAS. You have 4,000 characters to put this personal statement in, and that does include space and punctuation as well. It's one statement for all 5 applications, so regardless in terms of which courses you're applying for, even if they're really varied, it is just that one personal statement you write that gets sent to those 5 different options. UCAS do also have a detection service, so basically scanning through your personal statement and checking for similarities with kind of others as well. So really important to make sure if you're bothering things from the people, please don't do that. We want to hear about you in your own words and about all the amazing things you've been doing so far. So the actual structure then of the personal statement. So in previous years, it basically just used to be a big empty box with kind of no support, no questions, basically just like pop your personal statement in for students. But UCAS have changed that now to give students a bit more guidance, a bit more support in terms of making sure they're putting in the right things to their personal statement that universities want to know about. So basically what you have now is 3 different statements. So you can see them on the right hand side of the screen here. So you've got the first one, why do you want to study the course? Then you've got how your qualifications and studies helped you to prepare for the course or subject, and what else have you done to prepare outside of education, and why this experience is useful. So you have those statements and you have those kind of free form boxes underneath to pop in your different kind of answers to these questions. So thinking about that first question, why do you want to study the course? So think about that actual question. It's a really good one. Why do you want to study the course? It's exciting. So think about that excitement as well. So it's really exciting. You're picking to go to university. You're applying to that specific university in that course as well. So think about that excitement and kind of how you're feeling about those options and studying that degree. Sometimes if you're struggling a little bit, what can be a good way to think about in terms of this first section is thinking about that pivotal moment. So what was it specifically that inspired you just to do that subject? It could be you had a really interesting lesson and you kind of went away and learned some more about that subject. You saw something interesting on the news. It doesn't have to be a groundbreaking thing that happened, but just what was it that led you to pick that subject to study at university? And thinking back to the previous slide, so the reason why you're writing this personal statement is to show that you deserve to be made an offer. So tell those universities right from this first section why you deserve to be made that offer. If you can do, please do avoid those cliches, so those kind of statements that everyone kind of opens their personal statement with, and avoid quotes as well. So whilst quotes can sometimes be an easier way maybe to start your personal statement, we want to hear from you in your own words about your motivations and inspiration for studying that subject and course. So then your second section, so your qualifications and study. So think about what you're studying now and how does that relate to what you'd like to study at university as well. It could be that you're doing a science at the moment and you're going to carry on with that science, say at university, so you can talk about the kind of knowledge areas, but also whatever you're studying, even if you're going to study something completely different at university, will be giving you kind of key skills that will really help you at university, things like time management and different things like that as well. So think about those skills you've gained from your subjects and how those are going to help you at university. Any form of wider reading you've done as well. So that could be something that, say, a teacher has kind of recommended to you, but spend some time doing some academic reading. Could be just a couple of articles and things like that, but getting that kind of extra bit of knowledge to pop in your personal statement. And then what activities have you got involved with related to kind of your qualifications and studies? So have you attended any subject tasters or master classes? Have you entered any academic competitions, or have you done any MOOCs or kind of those online courses as well? Then got section 3, so outside of education, those thinking, what are your greatest achievements? Tell us everything about things like, say, Duke of Edinburgh, Musical Sports Awards, and your academic awards. These are amazing things that you have accomplished. Tell these universities all about them. Then what kind of work experience have you gained? So is it a part-time job? You've done some volunteering? Tell us all about those extra things that are giving you great skills that will make you great university students as well. Then any extracurricular activities, so sports, travel, hobbies, these are things that you have done that are building skills that will make you great university students. So please make sure you're putting all of this in as well. What's also really important, not just in this section, but in all the previous ones as well, is you tell those universities what skills you've gained from those experiences. So you've got a couple of examples of skills on the screens there. So things like confidence, communication, leadership, skills that make great university students and can really help to sell yourself in getting that university offer as well. So how do you actually get started on writing your personal statement then? So what we recommend is write a list of kind of all the different examples you have that fits all those different sections. So you've got your academic stuff, you've got your bit outside of your studies as well. Write this everything you've done, the skills you gained from it, and then what you can do is start to piece those kind of points together, build them, and then you can start to write it. But great ways to structure it first and then have a go at writing as well. You can also use something called the ABC method to kind of structure your point. So something where you start with A, the activity. So what was it you got involved in? Was it you did some work experience, you read a book? B is then the benefit. So what did you gain from doing it? Did it increase your subject knowledge? Did it give you a specific skill? And then C is linking it back to the course. So why is it important that you're telling us about these activities and benefits as well? So finally, top tips. So these are from admissions tutors. So like I said before, the people who read through so many kind of personal statements and applications every single year. First top tip is, say, to be concise, reduce. You've got 4,000 characters, it goes so incredibly quickly when you're trying to fit of everything you've done kind of up until this point. So don't repeat yourself. If you've put something in, you've talked about some wider reading you've done, we talked about skill, perfect, you've proved that, move on to the next bit. Please make sure you're proofreading as well. Grammar and spelling mistakes are so incredibly easy to make, and it's a quite quick win. Getting other people to read that can really help with spotting those mistakes as well. Redraft, so the final draft of your personal statement that you send off will be incredibly different to the first one that you write, and that's absolutely fine. The only draft that matters is the one that you sent off, so give yourself plenty of time, write lots of draft, get lots of people to read it, get their input as well, making sure you can showcase yourself in the best way possible to these universities. Please be yourself. So you are writing this personal statement. We want to hear about you. That's why it's called a personal statement. So showcase your unique selling points that you have as a potential student for the university as well. And most importantly, be on time. So UCAS have their deadlines when they need their application to be in by in terms of you sending it off to them. But your school or college will have an earlier internal deadline so that they can check through your application, write a reference before they send it off. So give yourself plenty of time to make the best personal statement you can do. So thank you all so much for listening. I hope you found this really useful, and hopefully we'll see you at the University of Leicester very soon. Thank you.